Welcome everybody. So today I'm going to walk you through my method on installing a bow tie inside this crack. So this is actually on an end of a big slab that's cracking, and I wanted to kind of repair that. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my walnut bow tie, and then I'm going to align it to a way where I have the most bow tie on either side of that crack. And then just outline it. Next, I'm going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm going to use the template that came with my bow ties in order to now line it up with that outline that I did. It did help to do the outline first versus trying to just kind of visualize or glue this on without the outline itself. So now that I have this installed, and I will talk about the material here that you see on this kit that I'm using at the end of the video if you guys want to stick around for that. I'm going to use my 1/4 inch router bit and then just go to town on this thing. And very gently, you want to go ahead and start routering out all of that material that is inside. First, you kind of want to focus on the middle and kind of get all the kind of meaty part out. And then at the end, you're going to clean up the outside. So that's what you're going to see me do. Now that we have our shape cut out, we're just going to double check to make sure that we didn't miss anything. And to me, the best way to do that is to just kind of get your finger in there and make sure that it's all lined up with your template. And then you can go ahead and remove our guide. The hot glue comes off really easily, so we're just gonna grab our chisel and just take that right off. That's why I didn't feel too bad about just putting hot glue on that. All this is gonna get sanded at the end anyway. Now that that's done, what we're gonna do is just dry fit our bow tie itself to make sure that everything fits, and it has to be snug, and it was right there. Once that is done, we're going to grab our Gorilla Glue. And this is just your standard wood glue. You could use anything else that's out there. Make sure that the tip of it is actually punched through. For me, it was dry, and a little bit of embarrassment right there. I'm like, what's happening? There it is. Take the little booger off. Bang, there's the glue. So now, once that is done, what we want to do is just get glue everywhere. We put it inside the actual cutout, and then we're also going to put it onto the bow tie itself. So that's what you're going to see me do next. Once we have the glue inside the cutout itself and on the bow tie, we're just going to go ahead and use our shock hammer. That's the hammer that has sand inside the hammerhead, and just bang it in all the way. And you do want to make sure it goes all the way in before you start sanding it off. And to sand it off, we are going to use a belt sander just to basically clean everything up. And one thing I do want to show you guys or talk to you guys about is that this piece that I'm doing right here is basically going to be at the bottom of a leg. So this is at the bottom of a leg. Nobody's going to really see this ever, except the person one day that's going to demo my work. But the reason I'm doing it here is because my next bow tie is going to be in the exact same spot, but on the bench that I'm building. So this is a practice bow tie for me. I just wanted to make sure that the wood wasn't splitting, that the right bit was there, that everything was working out. And I can't stress more, or I can't stress enough to you guys that when you are trying to do something that you've never done before, and I'm assuming that's why you're watching this video, or this is interesting enough to you guys, is that you practice this stuff. If you've never done something like this before, when it comes to anything, you got to practice it. Get a piece of scrap wood, get a piece of cut off or anything, and then practice it. You do have 10 of these in your kit, so it's not like every one of them has to count in a way. Practice it, see what felt uncomfortable, what felt comfortable, and either way, once you've done it once, you're going to feel that much better once you actually go ahead and do it. Too many times I see people just kind of diving into something and doing something without any practice, and then they don't necessarily like the outcome of it. But how else would you learn, you know? So the best way to learn is to practice. This belt sander did really help out to sand everything off. We just want to make sure that everything is nice and flush with the wood itself. And then I am going to grab a palm sander after and just kind of polish everything up and clean it up. So that's what you see me do here. I think adding a bow tie to any woodworking project is just an amazing way to show some craftsmanship and just kind of that wow factor. So I want to talk you guys through my setup and kind of the materials that I actually chose. So I chose a kit that I found on Amazon, and it did come with this heavy duty plastic outline or a template. I know it's probably pricey. It was 40 bucks for 10 of these, and it came with this template itself. So it came out basically $4 per. I know that there's a way cheaper way to do this if you're going to have basically do it yourself. When you're going to trace the whole thing off, use a chisel and all that stuff. And to me, I did not want to put the quality of this outcome in my ability to use a really sharp chisel, because I don't have really sharp chisels. So for me, 10 is more than enough of these that I would do. And then if I'm gonna order more, it'll just come with a new piece. The one thing I did struggle to find was a right bit for this template. And the one that I found is this fraud bit. It's a 1/4 inch by 3/4. So 1/4 inch by 3/4. And essentially what that means is my router right here, it doesn't have that bearing where it would kind of glide on it. So instead, what I did is I basically lowered this enough to where the inside of it was basically spinning on it. Yes, it is slowly kind of damaging the plastic, but I've already done 3 of these and it barely scratched it. So this is really heavy duty. And then by the time I do think I'm going to completely damage it, I'll probably just order a new one and it'll just come with a new plastic anyway. So that's one of the things that I struggle with. The cool thing about it is it does have a radius here. So you don't have to try to get these really nice, pretty sharp corners. You are able to get away with just using this 1/4 inch router. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure to hit follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because the next video that I'm going to show you is the real application of this. And you'll see me do 2 bow ties, one kind of in the side face of it, and then the other one will be on the top to really put kind of bow tie or tie this pretty significant crack that we have in our bench. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.